You log into your workstation, and your screen is locked. A glowing red note appears, demanding $300 to $600 in Bitcoin to restore your encrypted files. This map shows the international spread of the WannaCry 2.0 attack. It paralyzed hospitals, halted car production, and caused catastrophic global disruptions. That ransom demand feels like an ambush, but the appearance of that note is actually the very end of the attack. By the time your files are locked and the threat is visible, the perpetrators have likely been quietly navigating your network for weeks. Surviving modern malware requires looking past that final explosive moment. We have to understand the hidden, multi-stage ecosystem that operates long before the ransom is ever demanded. The first stage of a breach relies on deception. Attackers bypass perimeter security using specialized deceptive tools known as loaders and Trojans. The ALPHV, or Black Hat group, tricks users into opening the door through SEO poisoning. They hijack search engine results so a user looking for a legitimate application, like the WinSCP file transfer program, clicks a malicious download link instead. Other tools hide directly inside trusted software. A tool called Specula places its commands inside Microsoft Outlook registry files, using a legitimate email client to execute code without triggering alarms. These initial loaders do not encrypt files or steal sensitive data. Their only job is to quietly open a back door and pull down the next piece of malicious code. Once that door is open, the loader drops a remote access Trojan, or a Cobalt strike beacon, onto the machine. That Trojan acts as a tether. It gives the attackers a silent, hands-on connection to a single compromised endpoint. Posing as normal user activity or hiding in trusted processes, the attackers secure a hidden foothold. From that single outpost, the attackers begin scanning the network and hunting for credentials. They use tools like Mimikatz to harvest passwords directly from the system's memory. It's the same tactic used by legacy information stealers like the Zeus banking Trojan years ago. Here, the attack changes hands. The initial hackers act as brokers, selling the network access they acquired to specialized ransomware as a service gangs. A group like Keelan steps in to serve as the executioners. Keelan moves laterally, using those stolen tokens to bypass standard user account controls and elevate their status from a basic user to a domain administrator. After gaining full administrative control, the payload deploys AES 256 or ChaCha20 encryption across the entire domain. To ensure the victim has no way out, attackers take a final step. They shut down and reboot backup servers to paralyze the recovery process. The sudden lock screen and the demand for Bitcoin is simply the noisy finale of a long, orchestrated supply chain. Because the heavy lifting of an attack is staged internally, relying on traditional exterior perimeter walls is no longer sufficient. According to the M-Trends mitigation playbook, defense strategies must shift from guarding the perimeter to rapid event correlation and internal interception. A routine, seemingly low-impact malware alert can no longer be ignored. It must be treated as a high-priority indicator that a handoff to a ransomware group is imminent. Security teams need to spot and remediate the intrusion during that initial non-interactive loader phase, long before a secondary group begins their hands-on operations. This requires implementing a zero-trust architecture. Critical assets, like the Active Directory, must be designated Tier 0 and physically isolated from the general network. Organizations must maintain offline backups. If the primary network is compromised, the recovery environment cannot share the fate of production systems. Modern malware operates as a specialized, collaborative supply chain. Severing that chain at its earliest link is the only way to ensure a minor security alert does not become tomorrow's headline.